Today we are doing what I eat in a day sandwich edition. Because what do we do to lose weight and eat healthily when all we want to do is eat a sandwich? Spoiler, you eat a sandwich. Hi, today is March 28th, 2023, and in case you didn't know, my name is Lisa. Today we're going to figure out what to do when you're on a diet and you're craving a sandwich. Now you're probably thinking, what kind of weird person craves a sandwich of all things? I do. It's me. So I'm going to show you that you can fit in really nice, hearty sandwiches into your diet without issue. And yes, with bread, because we are not anti-carb on this channel. We embrace the carbs, and especially the bread. But not all bread. There's some stuff you should avoid, and all the bread I'm going to show you in these videos is both seed oil and soy-free. This is because the diet that I'm doing is pro-thyroid, pro-hormone, and anti-inflammatory. Too much soy in your diet can affect your hormones, and too many seed oils can cause inflammation. For breakfast, you must know that I am obsessed with bagels, and especially sandwiches that you can make on bagels. And I grew up eating breakfast sandwiches. This is probably the reason why I crave them so much, because it's a part of my childhood. And this sandwich is just so simple. It's just a bagel, American cheese, some eggs, and some bacon. Not a lot to it, but oh, so delicious. Let's check it out. Okay, here we can see my breakfast sandwich. I know the lighting always from my kitchen makes this look really burned, but it's not. It's just crispy. This happened last time when I made steak. But I put it on top of a Pepperidge Farm bagel. Pepperidge Farm bagels are great because they don't have any seed oils in them or any soy, and so they're like a great bread variety to look into. A lot of the breads do have seed oils in them, but the bagels do not. And I will also show you some other non-seed oil breads later. But I have 2 egg over easies on this, and they're fried in the fat of the bacon that is underneath them. So there's 1 strip of bacon, but it's a pretty thick strip. It's about 1 ounce of bacon. And underneath that's a Kraft Deluxe American cheese slice. As far as calories go, the eggs are about 150-ish calories. I think it comes to like 144 calories exactly. The slice of bacon is about 1 ounce, so it's 40 calories. And that's like Applewood smoked bacon. It's really high quality. I got it from the butcher shop. And these eggs are actually locally from local chickens, which is why they're so delicious. And the bagel itself is 260 calories. I'm not anti-carb or bread at all. As long as it fits my calorie limit and doesn't have any like harmful toxic stuff in it, we're good to go. And so that entire breakfast sandwich is actually like around 500 calories. And today is a gym day. And I typically like to have these more bready meals on gym days. Not because I gotta work off the carbs or anything, but it's because I have all these extra carbs in my body. What am I gonna do with them? I have all this extra energy. So might as well go to the gym. And over here I have about 8 ounces of watermelon from my fruit today, and that comes to about 68, 70-ish calories. And I have some coconut green tea here, about half a tablespoon of coconut blossom honey, and it's this brand right here. It's the Harney and Sons. Anyways, yeah, this entire meal comes to about 612 calories, give or take 10 based on how much grease ended up on the eggs. But it's a pretty good start to the day. You got, all your food groups, lots of carbs, which I'm a fan of. And I'm going to go work out today. So it's going to give me a lot of energy to really, work hard in the gym. So as you can see, that breakfast is a little bit over 600 calories. That's typically how much I eat for breakfast. I tend to have larger breakfast, larger dinner, and smaller lunch. This is because at work, I don't have a lot of time to eat, and so I kind of have to eat a little bit really quickly or a little bit over a period of time. And so it's just easier for me if I have a larger breakfast and a larger dinner to, kind of bookend the day. But for these meals, you're going to see a more balanced, they're all around 600 calories. And this is because I was going to the gym this day. And so I could afford to eat a little bit more for lunch. And in fact, I would encourage it just because you need that extra energy to work out. And you need a little bit extra energy afterwards to help restore your muscles after you've broken them down from weightlifting. Okay, next we're going to check out my lunch. This is one of my favorite lunches of all time. I sometimes actually eat this for breakfast as well, but it's, you can pretty much eat it anytime. Okay, here you can see my lunch, and I've actually not put the salmon on one of these bagels, so you can see what it is. Once again, it looks burned, but I promise it is not burned at all. It's just this weird lighting in my kitchen. But here you can see I have an Everything Pepperidge Farm bagel, and I choose this bagel variety, as mentioned, because it has no seed oils in it. So it's much better for you than other bagel varieties. And on this bagel, I have about half a tablespoon of the chive and onion cream cheese, which is Philadelphia brand. Between these two bagels, I have about half an ounce of sweet onion, and I have half a teaspoon of capers on each bagel. And then also you can see here, I have some really delicious duck trap salmon lox. I love this. So fish can have a lot of polyunsaturated fat in it, which is good for you, but you have to make sure you're maintaining your ratios. I'm often very anti-polyunsaturated fat, and that's when it's given to you in very high doses. But if you're having it in something like this, like cured fish, which is, in my opinion, the best way to eat fish, to have that really good saturated to polyunsaturated ratio, it's okay. You don't have to really worry about it as much. Anyways, this is all a really healthy meal. I have some coffee over here with milk in it. I have about half a cup of whole milk, which is about 80 calories. I also have a Fuji apple, which is roughly, 121 calories. That's just an estimate. It is a large apple, so I did kind of go up on the larger side of apples when calorie counting for this meal. And the entire sandwich is not that much. So that's why I'm able to have such a big apple with this. The sandwich is probably under 500 calories, I would assume, because the entire meal is 629 calories. So if you have a 120-ish calorie Fuji apple and 80 calories of milk, you're pretty much good to go. I can put that salmon on after I'm done with this video, but I also put some salt, some pepper, and some dill on top of the salmon. It's really delicious. One of my favorite meals. I am Eastern European and Scandinavian, and so putting cured fish on bread is just with some cream cheese or sour cream is really big in our culture. So this is something I really enjoy, something I grew up eating. I love it. Really healthy, really good for you. A great sandwich for dieting. So yeah, that was my lunch, and like I said, it's one of my favorite lunches of all time. And I want to make a comment on something that I've been hearing a lot, in the comment sections on my videos, and I just get people saying, "Don't eat so much fruit; it's gonna spike your blood sugar." And here's the thing: I don't have an issue with my blood sugar. I don't have an insulin resistance problem anymore. Not since I've been treated for PCOS. The androgen hormones were affecting my insulin, and it was causing insulin resistance. But once I treated the PCOS, all of that went away. And I get tested regularly for insulin resistance and insulin spiking, etc. Just because I am so overweight. And doctors are always shocked that I don't have insulin resistance. And I think, on the one hand, that's just luck. On the second hand, I know I do eat a pretty balanced meal. And we haven't just done the ones where you don't eat and then you see what's your I think it's glucose or whatever in the morning before you eat. That one's fine. But I've also done the one where you eat and then you're tested sometime after you eat to see how fast your insulin drops. That one. And that one was actually really good. So it's when people say don't eat fruit. It's I'm skinny people eat fruit. You're saying I can't eat fruit because I'm fat. That makes no sense. I mean, if you're a person who has diabetes, yeah, you need to look out for it, but I don't have diabetes, so don't apply that to me. And I actively encourage people to eat fruit because it's a great way of getting energy and it's low calorie. They'll say it makes you hungrier, but I really don't buy that if you're balancing it with other stuff in your diet, right? You see, I like the fish there. I have coffee with no sugar, but with milk, and there's a lot of fat in whole milk, and that helps balance it out as well. So, obviously every diet's going to be personalized to you. And I'll just say for me, and I recommend for others, fruit's not bad. Bread's not bad. As long as you're not making your diet exclusively bread, you know what I mean, you're probably fine. Just a caveat there, typically I think what is bad in bread is all the other extra crap. So just make sure you have some really high quality bread. Like I said, the ones here have no soy and no seed oils in them. And another comment I had to address earlier, this person was very nice, but I don't think soy is the enemy either. It's just that soy is in everything. And so when you have a hormonal issue, like I do, I have several hormonal issues, you want to not have it all the time. And when it's like, literally I was going like down the bread aisle and looking at every single type of bread and they all had soy in them. Every processed thing has soy in it. So you just have to be careful what you're eating. And I like this Pepperidge Farm stuff because there's no soy, there's no seed oils, it's like you can then eventually work in tofu and soy sauce into your diet if you so wish, because you're not being bogged down by it and everything else that you're eating. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense for you. If you have any questions about that, just put them down below. Anyways, let's go on to dinner. I love this dinner. Can't wait to show you. Okay, here you can see my dinner. I have made myself a hamburger. The lighting is not too good on this, but it is a bacon cheeseburger with pickles and onions and ketchup and mustard. I like to use the Greenwise Publix ketchup that's organic. It's 15 calories per tablespoon. I use about 1 tablespoon on the hamburger. I also like to use the Golden's spicy brown mustard, and I just like the flavor. It's nice and, spicy. Like it. I love pickles on hamburgers, so that's why I always have like a ton of pickles on it, and onions are so important. I use American cheese, although I do sometimes use Swiss. Today I used American. And every time I use American cheese, I'm reminded of that movie, I think it's like The Menu, where he's like, the chef says, American cheese is the best cheese for a cheeseburger because it melts without splitting. And like, I cannot get that out of my head now. That patty is about 4.5 ounces. It's just pure beef. And the bread that I'm using today is the Pepperidge Farm butter bread buns. And I love this bread because there are no seed oils in it. There's no soy at all. My mom is actually allergic to soy, so she really needs to find lots of soy-free products, and this is a great one for her. There's no seed oil, so like less inflammation, and then she can avoid the soy as well. And then I also have one of my favorite fruits, bell peppers. People call them vegetables. They're actually fruits. And I have 2 of them here, and I love them. It's actually like half my plate. And I know it looks like a lot, but I can like really go through them. I love them. So I have like 2 servings of fruit for dinner. And this nice, delicious hamburger. Oh, it's a delicious cheeseburger. I love it. And then for dessert, I have some Lindt caramel and sea salt dark chocolate. I have 2 little bricks. Comes to about 100 calories. And for drinks today, I have this hint pineapple water. I have some Spindrift soda, sparkling water. It's delicious. It's like 5 calories, I think. Yep, 5 calories. It's really good. I like it. It's just sparkling water with like a splash of juice. No added sugar. It's great. And then I just got home from the gym. So I'm still finishing off this Smart Water, which is strawberry blackberry. So lots of really yummy things to help hydrate myself. So yeah, so this entire meal is 660 calories, not including the chocolate, which is a 100-calorie dessert. But it's pretty good. So in all today, I have eaten, after this meal, about 2,006 calories if we're including the Spindrift soda, which is pretty good for a workout day for me, because I think today I burned somewhere around 400 calories weightlifting. I had a really good workout day. And so I feel like all those carbs earlier really did me good, I was really energized while working out. It felt really good. Okay, you can see that, classic American cheeseburger. The beef I have for that is so good. It's from the butcher shop that's near me, and they make it right there for you, like the beef patty. You just take it home and cook it. And as you can see, I really, really love raw bell peppers. The only issue I have with it, if I eat too many, sometimes I get heartburn. I'm like, why? I just love you so much. Why do you hurt me? But yeah, it's I think it's pretty healthy. Like, I'm sure people are shocked and horrified by the bread and fruit and all those carbs. But like I said, I'm not like a big fan of keto. I'm not a big fan of, of being anti-carb. And I just think, at the end of the day, calories are what matters most, and eating a balanced diet is extremely important to having your body function correctly. And I don't eat typically 3 sandwiches in a day. This was the exception because I was trying to put everything together to show you. I typically have 1 per day just because I love sandwiches so much. And so I just do it that way because, bread is a little softer in your stomach. And that what I mean by that is that for me personally, I'm not sure if it's a real thing, for me, it doesn't fill me up as much just because it's not as like dense, right? It's squishy. So if I have too much bread, I can sometimes feel a little hungrier. And that's just because I like that sensation of fullness. You know, I think when you have obese people, I don't think they feel fullness the same way. Like there's like, what's your level of satiation? I know for me, I need to feel full to feel comfortable. So that's why when you see things like those bell peppers are, even though they're full of water, that water, it like helps bulk it up. And so by the time I was done eating all those bell peppers, I felt really full. And it was great to feel satisfied. But those two bell peppers together are only about 60 calories, but it's like that much. And they're so good for you. They have like lots of vitamin A, lots of vitamin C, lots of other different vitamins and minerals. They're like an awesome superfruit in my opinion. And if you are still like really scared of fructose for some reason and you want to try this diet, but you're like, I just don't want to eat oranges and apples and bananas, you know, you can still have cucumbers, you can still have peppers, you can still have zucchini and eggplant. Those are all fruit. We might think of them as vegetables, but they're actually fruit. So you can still do this diet, just have less sugar. And if you are diabetic and you want to try this diet, that is also a great option because there's not a lot of sugar in cucumbers, but it's still a fruit. Okay, next thing to wrap this up, I actually picked up some really interesting snacks at the grocery store, and it's these things called, let's see here, wisps, like little cheese wisps. You know, I love crispy cheese. Like, you bake cheese in the oven like you're making nachos or something, which can be part of the diet if you fit it in. Then, you know, I always love the burnt crispy cheese on the edge of that, like on the edge of the nachos. And so I thought this was really interesting. They had 4 different kinds there. I'm gonna like try them out and see what they taste like. I actually pre-opened them just to make it a little easier, not as like awkward, because I'm really bad at opening things. So I would just be sitting here like, argh. So yeah, so anyways, let's try them. I got cheddar, I have garlic herb, I have Asiago pepper jack. That one I'm really excited to try. And I have Parmesan. That one looks really good as well. It like smells really good when I opened it earlier. I love the smell of Parmesan. And all these bags are not that many calories. So if you have a serving, and like a serving is like a lot smaller than you think. Like, I mean, you think it's gonna like fill up a cup. Like one of these things like maybe fills up like a coffee cup. But half the bag is about a serving. And for Parmesan ones and the Asiago and the garlic, they're all 150 calories per serving and 320 per bag. And then the cheddar is just a little bit more, and that one's 170 calories per serving and around 370 per bag. So you can like eat half of this and fit it into your diet like really easily, it seems. And it has a lot of protein, not that many carbs. And so it just kind of seems like an interesting snack. No sugar at all, because you don't need sugar in cheese. Anyways, yeah, so let's get started. And I'm going to try out the Parmesan first. See what they taste like. Let's have a little bit. It smells like Parmesan. Okay, first thoughts when I look at it, it feels like there's baking soda in here, but there is none in the ingredients. It says Parmesan cheese, and that's it. It's Parmesan cheese. And so I don't know how they got it so fluffy. Did they like whip it first? Did they like melt it down, whip it, and then crisp it? That's the only thing I can think of, because Parmesan cheese is not this thick, you know? But it is really good. And the next one I'll try is the cheddar. And this one I'm excited. I love cheddar cheese. I like really, really sharp cheddar cheese. I am from the Midwest. We love our cheese there. And so I'm excited to try this one. It's probably a mild cheddar though. We'll see. These ones look a little bit less thick. You can see they're like really thin. And so I hope they're a little bit crispier. These ones are the winner so far. Okay. Next, I'm going to try the Asiago pepper jack. I love pepper jack cheese. I love the spice on it. I love eating it on little crackers, but I can't find crackers that like suit my preferences yet. Because I used to love Ritz crackers, but they're just a little too, I don't know how to describe it, like addictive. So I don't eat those. I need like some that are like that, but less addictive. Okay. This one is like the same thickness as the Parmesan. I think one of the reasons, like, I'm a really big texture person, and so I think like that cheddar, not only does it probably taste the same like level of tastiness as the Parmesan, but when it has the right texture, that will definitely like push it over the edge. Let's try. It's still really good though. It definitely has a little bit of a bite. It says made with chipotle peppers. Oh, you can taste it. It's good. Okay, last is the garlic herb. And let's take a little smell of this. God, I told you I can't open things. It smells really garlicky, like garlic bread. And it is also very thick, much thicker than the cheddar. It just tastes like they took the Parmesan and dumped a bunch of garlic salt on it, which I feel like I could just do at home. So I prefer the other three definitely to this one. This one says Parmesan cheese, garlic salt. That's it. Sugar. Nah. Anyways, yeah, so I like the first three. This one, not so much. I'll probably like have my dad eat it next time he comes to visit. But the cheddar was awesome. Yeah, this one right here. This one was the best. Check it out. It's really good. Anyways, that's all for right now. I hope you enjoyed my What I Eat in a Day sandwich edition. Like I said, I love sandwiches. I hope you love them too. If you don't, tell me what kind of things that you like to eat when you diet or when you're trying to lose weight. And let me know some of your thoughts down below. Anyways, I'll see you later. Have a good day.